Well, hello there, my tribe, my XRP army, all those of you out there in YouTube land. Hope you're all doing well today. So what do we got going on today? Well, my XLM sale didn't turn out to be in my favor. That's not really true, is it? My average buying cost, I think, was 14 cents, and I sold it at 16 cents. So yeah, I made money, $50. I didn't have that much. We're talking about the amount that I have on Coinbase, not the amount that I hold offline on my Treasure device, which is the majority of what I have. I have a little bit that I left online for playing with, I guess you would call it. And I decided yesterday to pull the plug and play with my XLM. And now it's over 20 cents. It's hovering right around 20 cents. So I left a lot of money on the table. However, I made a profit. So was I right or was I wrong? Put it in the comments section down below what you think. My personal assertion of the market yesterday was that XLM went up on news, which is the DTCC going to use XLM for their goings-ons, but that's not really news. They just finalized the deal. And the rest of the market was going down at the same time. So I said to myself, let's do a little experiment here. And if today is the only measurement of that, I shot myself in the foot and should have held and sold today. We'll see what happens tomorrow, because I still believe that this is a mortar shot, and mortar shots always come back down, always, after they settle down. Could it be a repricing? It could, but I still believe it's a mortar shot. Went up too fast, too much, and it will probably come back down. Will it go down below 14, the originals? The original price for what I'm talking about here, not its original price. Its original price was what? Came out at 3/10 of a penny in 2000, what was it, 14, 2012, something like that, whatever it was. So time frames are important. And in my time frame of this week, we're talking 14 cents. I left some money on the table, but I also profited. And we'll see. I do believe it's going to go back down. Will it go all the way back down to 14? I don't know. I'm hoping it will go down below 16. When it drops below 16, I'll buy back in. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Hindsight is always 20/20. Hindsight may tell me that instead of selling at 16, I should have bought more at 14. And then it could follow the rest of the trend after this initial mortar shot, where we're in a current downtrend, and it could go down even more. So would I have shot myself in the foot if I bought more at 14 and it drops to 12? Yeah. You never know. You never know. We are drilling for oil, and you never know what's down there until you get there. And then it all comes gushing up out of the ground. And we all dance and say, woohoo! Hey, XRP. $100,000 today, please. That reminds me. Look at I have a book. My book. For sale. Yeah? Buy my book? It's not a book. I don't have a book for sale. So that is where my XLM experiments stands at the moment. News drives everything. So what do we got going on with the US dollar? Well, okay. I told you yesterday that the dollar has evolved currently into the petrodollar from earlier iterations of the dollar. And as we exited World War One, the British pound was the world's reserve currency. And those guys slugged it out and got into deep, deep debt. All of them got into debt. And the British pound started going downhill. And the US, I believe, came out of World War I as the world's largest creditor. And we became a financial powerhouse around the world due to that. And then we went through our own depression. Then World War II happened and pulled us out of that. And World War II was a product of World War I because of the debts incurred by all the nations. And World War I happened because of all the debts that the belligerents, the original belligerents, owed to each other and refused to pay. And out of World War II came the US dollar as the world's reserve currency because we had the only intact fleet in the world and we had the world's largest navy. And we said we will guarantee the world's trading with each other as long as you use the US dollar. And that went on until Nixon closed the convertibility window in response to the French saying, "We think you don't have the money." That's not a French accent. Oh well. And they demanded remittance in gold. So Nixon closed the window temporarily. It's still temporarily going on 50 some years later. And I think it's 55 years later. It's permanent in case you didn't know that. And then we got the petrodollar, where we told Saudi Arabia and some of the other little countries around there, we guarantee your safety. And we guarantee not only the safety, we guarantee that you will remain in power in your locations. We guaranteed the House of Saud, they would remain in power in Saudi Arabia if they traded their oil only in US dollars. You deviate from that and you get into trouble. Ask Libya, ask Iraq. Both of them were going to introduce, we're on the verge of introducing a gold-backed local currency for trading amongst themselves and cutting the US dollar out of that equation. You don't do that, folks. You don't do that. The US dollar might be a turd, but it is the floatiest turd in the turd bowl.
I'm the last to go down.
And the US dollar might be declining, but it's not over with yet. The world still needs a reserve currency. And what else can do it? The SDR, the special drawing right? No. Nowhere near the liquidity. I think it's under, $1 billion? It can't handle it. The Chinese yuan, they don't have the liquidity to handle all the world's transactions either. But you'd have to scale up, scale up, scale up. And what would that do? That would cause massive, massive, massive inflation. We're stuck with the dollar for a while, but the dollar cannot remain the way that it is as the world's reserve currency by using oil. That's already gone away. It's just got a few Klingons, so to speak. So where does that put us? It puts us at backing the dollar with something new. We are losing the leadership in the world's reserve currency status due to oil not being traded exclusively in US dollars. So what do? You shift to a new paradigm. And what is that paradigm? That paradigm is crypto. It's going to be crypto, folks. It's going to be crypto. Let me read you something here from Trump yesterday. I believe it was yesterday. He made an announcement at The Real Donald Trump, whereby he says, Gary Gensler, why are we still talking about Gensler? I don't know. But we are, or Trump is. Gary Gensler and the anti-crypto army nearly destroyed the American crypto industry by driving Bitcoin, crypto perpetuals, and innovation offshore. True. But Trump, quotations, all caps, saved it. America is now the crypto capital of the world, and builders and entrepreneurs are coming back to the United States where they belong. Under my leadership, we will codify a future-proof digital asset market structure that cannot be undone by the crypto haters. The new frontier of finance, is being built in America. And Trump, all caps, quotations, will never let crypto down. President Donald J. Trump. I asked Grok why people refer to themselves in the third person, and he said, if someone does it a lot, there's different reasons, but one of the reasons could be building an identity or branding. I think it's what Trump's doing. Building his branding. He's building a legacy. He wants to be remembered. Gold statues, anyone? Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, crypto's on its way in. And certain other things are on its way out. What do we got happening? The dollar. The dollar is declining, but other currencies are declining faster. Indonesian rupee hit a multiple fresh all-time lows, reaching around 17,670 to 17,900 plus per USD in May. The Philippine peso repeated all-time lows throughout early 2026. The Indian rupee reached record lows near 96.96 to 97 per USD in May. The Iranian rial continued extreme weakness with new record lows reported in the range of 1+ million rials per USD, with mentions up to 1.78 million in open markets. Now, you may poo-poo the Iranian rial, but you got to remember that the Iranians are in the top 10 producers of oil products around the world every year. They float between number 6 and number 8 position. That's nothing to sneeze at. It means they are kind of like large players on the worldwide market. So says I. Not the biggest economy on the world, but they're a powerhouse when it comes to oil. If you don't believe me, look at what's happening in the Strait of Hormuz. It's not that they are just a powerhouse in the world's oil market. They can greatly affect over 20% of the world's oil markets. And I say they're affecting everything right now. Why? Because the United States, the largest producer of petroleum in the world, is exporting their reserves to keep jet fuel prices low in England. The stupidity of that I cannot tell you. I cannot relate to you. I'm paying higher prices at the pump so that the British can have lower prices at their pumps. No, Trump. No. America first. I'm greedy. I'm self-centered. Other currencies. The Egyptian pound. I've got a friend in Egypt. I got to ask him how his food prices are because the prices are going up. The Egyptian pound reached new lows against the US dollar. The Argentine peso is in free fall. It has reached all-time lows against the US dollar. Highs. I've been saying high, haven't I? High as in their own peso. It requires more pesos to buy $1 US than it ever has. Many other emerging market currencies weakened but did not necessarily break historic records. But they're getting close, and we're in a trend, and we're gaining momentum. We have velocity, we have direction and speed, and that speed is increasing. And the chances that we can pull back from this become less and less every day. What does all that mean? Well, that means that things like this And this will continue to go higher. They have pulled back, but that is because people have had to sell good assets to pay for bad ones. Ultimately, commodities will come back into fashion. They are coming back into fashion. They will continue to do so. Goods, people, commodities, precious metals, food. Food is a commodity, and it is one that's going to continue to go skyrocketing in prices. The UAE produces 40%, roughly between 30 and 50% of the world's urea, which has not one shipment left the UAE since the beginning of this, and it is planting season in the Northern Hemisphere. There are other things that are involved also, like El Nino, a super El Nino, the greatest El Nino on record, or the biggest El Nino that they've ever recorded history, is inbound to the Western Hemisphere, the American continent, and it's going to greatly affect crop outputs in a negative way. The western portion of the American continent, Central American continent, Western Central America, is facing a 1,200-year drought. We're still in it. That affects crop outputs. So along with the dollar and the world's financial system going down, food is becoming scarcer. That's going to make the price go way up. I'm telling all my friends who think I'm crazy to just buy bags of rice and beans and prepare them for long-term storage. All that's on the internet. Or you can go over to my other channel, No Respawn Prepping, on YouTube. And I don't have too many videos posted yet, but I will be posting videos on how to do those things, how to store food for long-term storage. Commodities are going to be important. Have a little bit of gas on hand if you had a place to store it safely. I'm not talking, you can't store a lot of gas, 10 gallons. The reason being, gets you through rationing, which I believe is coming soon. Shortages. If you got to get somewhere, you got to go pick mom up, and she's a 2-hour drive away, 4-hour total driving, and use a tank of gas, and you can't get it because it's not your day to get gas. It'd be nice to be able to fill your tank and go get mom, right? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Shortages of everything are coming. Stock up on things that you normally use. Toothpaste, toothbrushes. You got extra toothbrushes? You ever know what a toothbrush handle is made out of? It's made out of plastic. The bristles are made out of plastic. Petroleum. Those things are going to be in short supply. Pick some up now. Pick up some extra toothbrushes. Things like that. Think outside the box. What are tennis shoes made out of? Mostly plastic, rubber products. You might want to pick up a new pair of tennis shoes now before the prices go up. Just think outside the box, folks. This is long-winded. What else do I have to say? What else do I have to say? I have this to say. God bless y'all. Take care. Don't trust the dollar. And hey, XRP, $100,000 today, please. God bless y'all. Take care, and I'm out.